Hey, it's Ferrall. Welcome back to Hurley's in the Theater District. We're at 48th and Broadway in New York City. Let's start up painting by going back to last week's college games that we gave you and see how they turned out. The game of the day was clearly at Auburn. LSU against the Tigers. Both of them were unbeaten. Auburn wins a close one. Cam Newton still the Heisman favorite. Nobody can stop him. The guy's averaging 200 plus yards of offense by himself every week. This is an incredible team. Like I said, now number one in the BCS standings. Nobody likes it. They jumped over Boise. It's because Boise plays in the Nothing Conference and Auburn plays in the SEC, and don't forget it. How about Wisconsin? They went to Iowa City and they beat the Hawkeyes 31-30. Great game, incredible finish, chaos, and Bielema's team. 2 weeks in a row they beat a ranked team. Navy, I told you they'd beat Notre Dame. That was easy in East Rutherford. Michigan State had to struggle in Evanston. They were down 17 points, but in the end, they got it done. They were laying 5.5. They win by 7, 35-27. I thought it was the wildest, craziest game of the day for sure. Missouri knocks off number one Oklahoma and Columbia. I told you it would happen. You got to start believing in Uncle Futrelli. And Miami kicked North Carolina's ass. Nebraska put 51 on Oklahoma State in Stillwater. Now let's look at this week's games. Florida State going to NC State. This is a Thursday night game. You can't beat this one for a great matchup. Last year, 45-42, the Seminoles won it. They were laying 10. They didn't cover. This year, I say they're in trouble in Raleigh. O'Brien's got a great team. I love the Wolfpack. They're exciting. They can score. They're going to put up points on Florida State. It's going to be a real high-scoring affair. Expect the over. Michigan State unbeaten. Now they go to Iowa City. Could it be that the Hawkeyes could lose 2 in a row to 2 ranked teams in 2 successive weeks? Could it happen? Do you give up on the Spartans now that they've won every game? They're 8-0 and 4-0 in the conference. I can't give up on the Spartans. I saw Iowa lose to Wisconsin. Michigan State continues to not lose their composure late in games. Like I said, they were down 17 points and they never got rattled. They came back and got the job done on the road, no less. I'll stick with Michigan State. Missouri. So they beat the number one. Now they got to go to Lincoln. That is not going to be fun. Be careful, Tiger fans. You could lose your first game right here. It's never easy going in to face Bo Pelini's team at home. Nebraska is going to be tough, especially after coming off a 51-point shellacking that they put on Oklahoma State on the road. Are they back to being themselves? We'll see. This is going to be a great football game. Georgia and Florida, the world's largest cocktail party. The difference is the Bulldogs are going to be the ones drinking booze. Because Florida sucks this year, and don't forget it. Last year they were laying 15, and they kicked Georgia's ass. Is it going to be return to favor time? I say so. Georgia's been playing great football, and you saw what they did with Kentucky last week. They've been scoring 40 points a week for 4 straight weeks, and Mark Richt's got them back on balance down in Athens. Auburn and Ole Miss. We talked about Auburn. Now here's their chance. As number one, do they stumble at Ole Miss? I say no. Auburn gets it done. Last year they beat them by 13. This year they'll beat them by at least that much. The game of the week is Oregon at USC. The Trojans can't play in the postseason. No bowl games. No national championship. Everything is on the line for them. This is their bowl game. This is their chance to beat the Ducks, who are going to be favored. Last year was 47-20. The Ducks blew out the Trojans in Eugene. Are the men of Troy going to stand up and handle the Ducks at the Coliseum? You better believe they are. It's going to be crazy because Barkley's one of the hottest quarterbacks in the country right now, and he's going to go toe-to-toe with Oregon. It's going to be a wild game, wild finish. It's going to be close. Take the points, take the Trojans, feel the love, have a cold freshie. I think I will. Now, Cal and Oregon State. Never go to Corvallis and think you got something going on. Cal's a good football team as long as they're playing in Berkeley, when they're close to their books and studies. When they go on the road to Corvallis, it is not going to be fun. Last year, Oregon State beat them in Berkeley, 31-14. Now they're playing them on the Beavs home field. I like this one here. Take the Beavs at home to knock off the Bears. Going to be a great game. You get all my college action at ScottBeatsTheMan.com, right? And don't forget, the new Affliction clothing store is opening at Garden State Plaza in Jersey on Black Friday. And don't forget, standupforskateparks.org, Tony Hawk Foundation. Their next event is at the Wynn in Las Vegas on November 6th. Please contribute and help us build skate parks for kids in the inner city that have nothing. It's an awesome foundation, and it means a lot to me and Tony Hawk. Until next time, we'll see you at Hurley's for Pain Day in Times Square. Go to my site, because all I do is hit winners in college and pro football, baby. Hey, Ferrall back at Hurley in Times Square in the Theater District, 48 and Broadway. It's the place to go if you're A, a Steeler fan, B, you're a sports fan, C, you like drinking, D, you like drinking and eating, and E, if you like hot chicks while you're drinking and eating, that's the place I go to hang out. I got little boys here, Rasan Rogers, Lou Pellegrino, Brian Ciano, and Shepherd's Pie, David Shepard. We're all here on Ferrall. Now here's the skinny. I'm going to go back and review some of the things we did on the show last week with the NFL Pain Day games, all right? Let's start out with, obviously, the game of the week. The Steelers and Dolphins in Miami. Final score, 23-22, and the game ripped with controversy. We all saw what happened. Ben Roethlisberger fumbles at the goal line, and then they had to go to the instant replay. It took forever, and then they said that he fumbled, and then they couldn't determine who recovered the fumble, so they moved the ball back to the 1/2-inch line, and it was 4th down. They kicked the field goal and won the game 23-22. Hey, Dolphin fan, what'd you think of that?
They were robbed. I picked the Steelers last week, but when I watch a good football game, that was highway robbery. Highway robbery.
So the Dolphins got screwed?
Yeah.
And what was the final score?
22-20?
No, 23-22.
Whatever, 23-22.
So what'd you think of when they said that nobody recovered the football?
The Steelers always get those calls. It was the same thing in the Immaculate Reception.
Hey, so the Dolphins are now 3-3.
The refs were from Pittsburgh.
Hey, that's even better. Steelers 5-1. Both refs live in Pittsburgh.
They were robbed. Absolutely robbed.
Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers. How many times in a row have the Steelers beaten the Dolphins?
I don't care.
5 straight times. 5-1. Steelers rolling to the playoffs. Dolphins will be lucky if they get there. Chad Henne did better this year than he did last year when the Steelers knocked him out of the game, and Pat White they knocked out of football and made him a little pussy baseball player because they knocked his fucking head into the ground. How'd that game go for you?
Yelling at me. How
did it go for you?
Not good.
Here's to all my friends in South Florida that didn't like the end of the Steeler-Dolphin game. Suckers! The Redskins beat the Bears. I think you guys all took the Redskins. I was the only one that fell for the Jay Cutler special.
You know, Jay Cutler, all he does is throw picks.
Oh, yeah.
The Eagles and Titans. I think you had the Eagles. I took the Titans. They had to work hard late in that game to win it. And then the Raiders. You took the Broncos and your team put up 59. I wore this today in honor of you. 59 points. They haven't scored that in 10 seasons. Combined.
They played great, but I'm not getting my hopes up yet.
The Pats and Chargers. San Diego keeps losing. They suck balls.
Doesn't matter what kicker they have, they choke in the end every time.
That was awful. He hit the
upright.
The
oh
upright.
My God.
But it was a soft kick anyway. It would have barely made it,
right.
Even if it hooked in. And Brett Favre, 3 picks in the second half. How bad is the old man looking?
Well, he's looking to be out, Mr. Ferrall, and it should have been 4 with that ridiculous underhand toss he did.
That would have been 4.
Yeah.
And the Vikings keep losing every game they play.
It's ridiculous.
Do you think it's time for Demarius Jackson because he broke his ankle?
It's time for something. Call up friggin' Fran Tarkenton.
All right, you guys ready for this week's games?
Yeah.
I got to put Miami in there again. Hey, what was the final score of that game?
Shut up.
Have they changed the score?
Shut up.
Are they going to change the score?
Shut up.
Do you think they'll reverse that?
Yes. No.
Dolphins and Bengals. I say the Dolphins go and lose this game. Let's look at the Packers and Jets. Packers escaped, some people think, because I didn't think they looked good against the Vikings. They got the job done because Brett Favre handed them the game. Packers go to see the Jets. That's your team. Some people think it's the best team in football. Steelers may have the best defense against the run and overall. The Jets talk big. They got the best team, the best players, best defense, best quarterback, best coach, and they never win the Super Bowl. But the Jets talk big. Now the Jets have the Packers at home in the Meadowlands. Do the Jets get it done, or do they coif?
I haven't gone against them yet on this show, and I won't. They have a week off of rest. Ravens is 100% now. The Green Bay's still all beat up. They got handed that game by far. Jets are going to win.
Jets are going to win. Who do you like?
I like the Jets. They talked a lot of trash before the season started, but so far they showed me that they can back it up, so I'm taking the Jets.
I think everybody likes the Jets here. Vikings and Pats. The only reason I put the Vikings in here is so that you can make a bunch of money. Yeah, I'm taking the Pats.
I'm taking the Pats.
I like the way the Patriots are playing.
Brett Favre sucks. Patriots.
Brett Favre should have stayed back in Mississippi doing jeans commercials, and I heard they stopped running those too, but I keep seeing them on TV.
But Favre might not even play because reports coming out earlier in the week show that Brett Favre has a fractured ankle when walking.
So everyone bets on the Pats, and then the Vikes cover?
Of course.
I'll bet that
I'm
out.
going for the Patriots. I'm going for the
He
Patriots.
does suck.
Brett sucks is no one.
Oh, yeah.
They're tough to beat in Foxborough. Seahawks and Raiders. in Oakland. I think this is going to be one of the best games of the day, believe it or not. Seattle beat Arizona. Raiders went to Denver and put up 59. Can the Raiders handle their prosperity, or will they lose to the Seahawks in the black hole?
I usually go against my boys, but I'm taking them this week.
All right, Raiders.
I like the Raiders.
It's going to be a close one, but McFadden's got to repeat what he just did and beat them. And I think the Raiders are going to do it.
So who you thinking?
Hasselback is kind of the fountain of youth, Mr. Ferrall. I'm going Seahawks.
We got an upset special down here on the end with Shepherd's Pie. It's unbelievable.
He also watches The View every day, too, so he thinks that Elizabeth Hasselbeck's the quarterback.
Well, the Steelers go to see the Saints on Bourbon Street, and can they get lucky again like they did in Miami? And what about the Saints? Are they going to humiliate themselves again? Drew Brees, 4 picks. They don't look like Super Bowl champs. They look like Super Bowl chumps.
Well, like you said, they look like the worst team ever that won the Super Bowl playing the next season. And with the Steelers, it was a close one, but they found a way to get it done, so I'm going with them.
Steelers.
The Saints look like the Aints again, and the Steelers just keep rolling. They get it done. They get it done ugly. They put up big points. You don't know what Steelers team's going to show up, but either way, they walk away with a W.
The Steelers could just sit back and wait for the pass, because that's what everyone else has done. There is no running game in New Orleans right now. Steelers get it done.
Saints look like they're still in celebration mode, Mr. Ferrall. I'm going with your team. I'm taking the Steelers.
I just can't believe that the
suck
Saints are going to suck again. Something's fishy with this game. It's a straight pick. Do you take the Steelers on the road to win 2 straight road games, or do you take the Saints to get their act together after their miserable performance at home, no less, against the Cleveland Browns? I bet the Browns don't play a game like that the rest of the year. And finally, the Texans and Colts, a Monday nighter in Indy at Lucas Oil. And I'll tell you what, the Colts look average to me. No Dallas Clark, Schaub, and the Texans. You never know what you're going to get with them, but this game's in Indy. Who do you like?
This is my upset special, so I'm going with the Texans.
Going with big balls there.
See, I really don't even think that's that much of an upset. They're already 1-0 against them. They showed that they can handle the Colts. If they get a solid running game from Arian Foster, I like the Texans. As much as I love Peyton Manning and what he brings to the table, when you take away his weapons and Dallas Clark is supreme weapon number 1 in his offense, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, wrist and hand, he's done for the year. Who do you like?
Peyton wants revenge. I'm going Colts.
Yeah, so am I. I just have a hard time believing that he's going to suck at home. So there's your 6-pack of games for this week in the NFL. There's tons of other games. Go to ScottBeatsTheMan.com to get all my action. And we'll see you next week on Pain Day from Hurley's in Times Square. So long, everybody. Peace. Hey, it's Ferrall. I wanted to tell you about something exciting going on. A brand new Affliction store in Jersey. It opens Black Friday, November 26th at the Garden State Plaza, right there by the 17 and 4. Then they're going to have a grand opening on December 18th. Randy Couture will be there. I'll be there. A lot of exciting people are going to be there. And hot chicks. But I wanted to get you fired up for it by seeing some of the fashions that they got going on. So we're having a fashion show. Like this reversible I got. Styling. You can go either way, dark or light. And then you got the jeans. You know, I wear a lot of this stuff. I got the chains. I got it all. Coats, jackets, shirts, dress pants, jeans with holes in them. They got it all. My whole crew is styling and Affliction. Let's check them out. Come here, Lou. Lou's got on the hoodie. He wears this out on dates. Chicks dig him. You can't lose. Spin around. You got the style. He's got the look. He's got the jeans. All right, son, get out of here. See, just wearing that stuff gets you action with the ladies. All right, come here, Shepherd's Pie. Shepherd's Pie, young college student. We want him to look good in a t-shirt. Arms down. He's got the shirt. Nice. Reverse. Styling. Yeah, there you go. All right, get out of there, stupid. And then you got Mafia, 6'5". He's a gargantuan mess. He's got the chains. He's got it all. Affliction shirt, jeans. He wears like a 38, holes in him. He gets a lot of action with those on, too. Now check out my boy Rasan styling in that fall coat that Affliction came out with. Writing on the side. He's got it all. Spinorama. I like this on the back. A little buckle behind the neck. Chicks dig that. Tight blue on the edges. Inside, they got even the strategy in here. Take that off. Let me show them the inside of it. It's crazy. Look at this. Not that anyone's ever going to see it, but if you show a chick like that, it could be like a hidden mystery inside that. I don't know, but I know one thing. You're going to want to be there Black Friday, November 26th at the Garden State Plaza. AfflictionClothing.com. Check it out. And don't forget the grand opening December 18th. Celebrities will be there. I might even show up. Until then, dress like me, style like me, always wearing Affliction, baby. Until next time, from New York City, Ferrall out, AfflictionClothing.com. Shake it. Ooh.